What's going on, YouTube? This is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict, bringing my top picks for Saturday's main NBA DFS slate. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get the homework out the way. Please drop a comment, a like, and a subscribe for me, please. It really helps out the channel. I do appreciate all the love. And, yeah, let's get into yesterday, guys. So, I don't know how you guys did yesterday, but I did okay. I ran 20 lineups. I think like 3 of them cash. So that was a little bit of sarcasm there. All right, so a little bit of a rough day yesterday, man. The cash line was really high. In my contest, it was around 270. Okay, and so if you look at the lineups that we built during the live stream yesterday, it looked like we averaged around 245 to 280, somewhere around there, 275, something like that. And so as you can see on the screen, 250, 230. 275, 270, 220, 260, 270. So I'm not sure what the cash line was, but like I said, in my GPP, the cash line was high, around 270 to 280, somewhere around there. So anyway, yeah, back to it. So follow me on Twitter, guys. Link is in the description. All right, so let's get into breaking down today's slate. So today, let's go to our position optimizer. And we have a 9-game slate. Pretty big, guys. So a lot of ways to break this down. So I'm just going to give you my personal top plays for today. Alrighty. If you have any plays that I don't mention, please drop them in the comments below. But just remember, I don't mention every single play because, again, this video will be 40 minutes long. So point guards, let's go to the point guard pick. So Ben Simmons is on my list because Embiid is questionable at the moment. So if Embiid is out, I do like me some Ben Simmons to carry the load. All right, next up, keep it simple, guys. Victor Oladipo, man, versus Cleveland. This guy has done really well versus Cleveland in the past, and so I like him at 7K on the 9-game slate. Hopefully the game stays competitive enough. I know Kevin Love is questionable, alrighty, but if I can get about 40 DraftKings points from Oladipo, which is around what he's averaging, that'll be great. Mike Conley, he's been hot lately. He's getting a plus matchup versus Phoenix, who could be without a couple of players. All right, so hopefully this game doesn't get away and blow away. But Phoenix, I believe, their shooting guard is hurt or out. So that could be a good matchup for Mike Conley. So Trae Young, this young kid, man, he has the potential to go off and put up 60 DraftKings points, as you can see right here. Alrighty, so at 7K, he is a little bit pricey, but he is in a plus matchup versus Chicago, who's kind of hurt at the point guard position. So I do like Trae Young. Actually, I do like this game. So speaking of that, my top games I like is Chicago, ATL, Los Angeles versus San Antonio, Milwaukee, Orlando, and the Utah, New Orleans games. Those are my top games that I like, that I'm targeting. As you can see, got to get some Drew Holiday. He put up 42 DraftKings points last game, and he's only 6.5K thanks to the Utah matchup discount. For whatever reason, Utah team defense causes DraftKings pricing algorithm to drop everybody's price down, but I love it because point guards can score against Utah. All right, I believe Mike Conley just played them, and he put up 40-something DraftKings points. So I like Holiday at 6.5K. Price is too cheap. Not going with Elfrid Payton, man. I know a lot of us have been playing him because he's been, playing a good amount of minutes, but I don't know if I'm going to go back to Elfrid Payton, but he's definitely somebody you could consider. Eric Bledsoe, I like him in this matchup versus Orlando. This Orlando team is a scrappy team, and it could be a pretty good over and under. I think it's projected at around 220 right now, but I do like Eric Bledsoe in this matchup. All right, I know he didn't do too well last game. He only put up 25, but I do like Bledsoe. Ball, be careful with him. Rondo is due back, but Ball does have a positive record versus the Spurs in the past. So if he does get run, he could have a good game as well. So he's definitely somebody you could definitely consider, but I don't have him in my current player watch list right now. I like Forbes at 4.6K. He's playing 30 minutes or more, and he's getting a plus matchup versus Los Angeles guys. All right, high-paced team that doesn't have a really good team defense or positional defense. So I like Forbes as a value play, man. All right, and another value play is Corey Joseph, who's been doing well lately, averaging 25 DraftKings points over the last 3 games in a plus matchup versus a Cleveland team. All righty, and he's only 4K. and this guy's playing 25 plus minutes. I like that for a value play, and he has a little bit of upside, to be honest. You know, if he gets some extra run, if the game gets out of hand. So that's my point guard spots. All right, let's go to shooting guard. I'm not gonna go over the ones that I've already talked about, but I do like DeMar DeRozan. He's at the top of the list, as you can see, in a plus matchup versus LeBron James and the Lakers. All right, he's 8.5K, but I believe he can pay off that salary again. I'm expecting around 50 DraftKings points at least for DeRozan. All right, next up, we already talked about Oladipo. We already talked about Holiday. We already talked about Bledsoe. But let's talk about Kent Bazemore. This dude went off for 53 DraftKings points. All right, the last game he played, and 40 the game before that. So he's on a little bit of a heater. So I want to try to catch some of that heat. All right, in a plus matchup versus Chicago with a lot of injuries at their forward position. I like Bazemore, and he's playing around 30 plus minutes the last couple of games. So, all righty, Magruder, I'm gonna go ahead and ride that hot streak again. The guy's been 35 points or more for the last 3 games, and he's only 5K. Okay, do I need to say anything else? All right, I like Josh Hart with Ingram still out. I know Rondo's back, but Hart, he plays a little bit of everything, but I like him, man. This guy's a scrappy player, and I like him. As you can see, he's in a plus matchup as well. All right, so next up, that's pretty much about it at small forward. What am I talking about, small forward? That's a shooting guard. All right, small forward, let's go ahead and break it down. We like, let's see, LeBron James, of course, guys. Come on, man. It's L Boogie. Anytime he's on the slate, he's in play, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit of fanboyism there, but hey, it is what it is. All right, we already talked about Simmons. We already talked about DeRozan. Tayshaun Prince. Again, I like this Atlanta-Chicago game. Tayshaun is 6.6K. He plays a lot of minutes, and he has decent usage. In the last couple of games, he's been 29 points or more, and I like that. So give me some Tayshaun Prince at 6.6K. Jabari Parker, if you played him last night, he disappointed. Put up a whole 25 DraftKings points. Boo. All right, we already talked about Bazemore. All righty, Magruder we already talked about. And this guy right here, Kuzma. Give us some Kuzma's guy, okay? Kuzma, again, has a positive record versus San Antonio. He's actually did really, really well versus San Antonio in the past. So I do like me some Kuzma. Dario Saric, we got to have him on our player list, right? Because if Embiid is ruled out, I think Saric gets some extra run and extra play and extra responsibility when it comes to scoring and just overall carrying the team. So I do like Saric at 5.5K, and he's playing 30 plus minutes. Alrighty. So another value play, Covington again. This Philly team is gonna need some extra oomph from that team, and they're at home. And again, Robert Covington actually has a decent history versus Philly. Not Philly, I mean Chicago. Charlotte. So I like some Bob Cove at 5K. Again, getting 30 plus minutes without possibly Embiid, so everybody else is going to have to elevate their game. So I didn't put him on my watch list, but I do like some Thad Young. So just remember I told you that. I like some Thad Young in this Cleveland game. Alrighty, at 4.7K. So power forward, let's break it down. At power forward, we got Kevin Love is questionable, right? So keep that in your mind. Anthony Davis, guys, versus Utah. All right, this guy could put up 70 DraftKings points any night. All righty, let's see what he did last night. Last night, my man put up 59. All right, versus Brooklyn. All right, it kind of off night for AD, man, but you got to have him on your slate, guys. He's at home versus Utah. Should be a fun game. Again, that's one of my favorite games for the day. All right, LaMarcus Aldridge. We got to get him some Aldridge. You know, he's going to be playing the Lakers in a high-paced game. They're at home. Should be a lot of points scored. Now his price is 9,000. That kind of scares me, right? Because he's only paid off that value once. Alrighty, in the last 3 games, but he's in a plus matchup, and I do like me some Aldridge again. Maybe not a whole lot, but I definitely like him as a discount from LeBron James and Antetokounmpo and all that. So who else we got? We got Kuzma, of course. We already talked about him. Saric, we already talked about him. Cove, we already talked about him. So those are my favorite forward plays. Amir Johnson could be somebody that we run. But you know, hey, that's a punt play in my opinion, if Embiid is out. But if you have any small forward plays that you like, let me know. Drop them down in the comments. Sabonis did okay last game. He put up 43 DraftKings points, so we definitely could consider some Sabonis. versus Cleveland, with Love possibly being out. Rudy Gay has had some decent history versus the Lakers. And I'm going to add Rudy Gay to my player pool, man. He's playing around 25 to 30 minutes, averaging around 28 DraftKings points. He's only 5K. And he gets a matchup versus the Lakers. So at the center position, let's go ahead and go with, we got Anthony Davis, of course, Aldridge, of course. Alrighty, names we heard before, right? Alex Len. All right, guys, so look at this guy, man. 45 and 26 in the last couple of games, and he gets a plus matchup versus Chicago. All right. So, nice. I like that. And I believe ATL has a couple of injuries at the center position, and Alex Len, I believe, is slated to start. So, we like us some Alex Len as a value play. You could go back to Wendell Carter. He's in a good position versus the same team, all right, versus Atlanta. But he's just not producing, guys. He's putting up 20 DraftKings points in the last couple of games, man. That's not enough. It's not enough upside for me when it comes to GPPs, which is what I play a lot of. So, all right, guys. Rudy Gobert, don't forget about him. I know he's playing up against AD, but again, Rudy does a lot when it comes to blocking and rebounds. All righty, so get you some Gobert, some Rudy Gobert. All right, Miles Turner, not really feeling him. All right, Larry Nance Jr. If we get Kevin Love ruled out again, I like Mr. Larry Nance Jr. as a value play. All right, and that's pretty much it, guys, at center. So, all right, guys, Draft Dashboard is the app that I'm using. Link is in the description. Currently, there's a 30-day trial for $1. Check it out if you're interested. So once you go and create your watch players list, you can go up to this lineup optimizer right here and let it optimize your lineup. Alrighty, so there you go. It saved us around $1,400. Alright, but you can go ahead and upgrade players as you see fit, or you can just hit randomize and it'll spit out another line. If you like, let's say you like Conley a lot on this game, on this slate, and you like Tayshaun Prince a lot, you can lock them in. And let's say you like Alex Len too, you can lock him in. And then randomize it, and then randomize your lineup again. So you can go ahead and tweak it to your heart's content. Upgrade Larry Nance Jr. if you don't like him, and go with Sarek instead. All right. So you kind of get the picture, guys. And then once you're done, you save the lineup, and then you go over here to your save lineups, and they're right here ready for you to export to whatever gaming slate that you use, whether it be DraftKings or FanDuel, because it supports both. All right, guys. So thank you and good luck on today's slate. I'll holler at you.